are live. Here we go. Delusional
Confidence.
This is the topic of the night. It doesn't belong, like the words don't belong to us. We're going to tell you who told us that, but we're like, that's nailing exactly what we want to talk about today. Welcome, Catherine Spear, to Social Media Love, little Friday night, whatever we're doing here.
Have fun.
Yes.
Share.
So, why, like, do you want to give the context of how we arrived with this delusional confidence?
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember how it all kind of came about this week, but I remember, I think it was you made a post.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You made a post, and I loved what you had said in that post. And you were just talking about, in general, something. And then you said, about how clarity comes after commitment.
Yes. Yes.
Like, God, I love that because that is so true, right? In every aspect of life. Because sometimes people don't want to make, they don't want to make a commitment because it's not clear. The road's not clear. It's not, the check the boxes aren't there. They're not sure how it's going to work out. So, oh my goodness, and I'm not judging. Okay. But that hit home for me because I'm very much someone who, if it resonates with me, if it resonates in my soul and I feel the power and the excitement behind it, I don't have to have everything figured out. Just know that I'm jumping in and I know it's right. Whereas, other people oftentimes will maybe get, and again, there's no judgment in this, but will oftentimes get, in a knot or in a ball, if you will, because the path isn't clear. They're not real sure. And they lose confidence in themselves. But tonight when we were talking, excuse me, we were talking to a friend of ours. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm getting a tickle in my throat.
Are you okay?
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to go for a glass of water and then explain where delusional confidence is coming from? So Catherine and I, we were talking to one of our team member as part of the Vital Health Project. Like Salud Sagrada is the name of Catherine's new business in town, and she brought me and other people in her adventure that she said yes to before even knowing the how. And that's why I think Catherine and I, we are so connected, is because this is the principle by which we run our life. You don't need to know the how. The second that you want to know the how, you're stopped. That's what we call the comfort zone. Like, you know the how in the comfort zone because you've been doing it for the last decades, right? The minute you want to go after your dream, it's something you don't know, that is unfamiliar. So how am I going to do that is none of your business for now. You have to commit to the vision. And then when the opportunity comes, and that's kind of your story, Catherine, with Vital Health, the opportunity came. You knew you were meant for something that was, and then it came. And because you know how it feels in your body when it's a hell yes, and then you count 1, 2, 3, and your mind is like, fuck no, how? So most people stop there, and then you're screwed. When you die, you look back and you're like, fuck, I didn't say the thing, I didn't do the thing, I'm swearing a lot, but but that's what it is. And that's how I open my TEDx. I'm so sad when I see so many people stopping themselves. So going back to who said the word delusional confidence, when Emily, the founder and owner of Dog Ear Books, we were having a meeting with her to welcome her in the team that Catherine is putting together with Vital Health, we were discussing, and then she said, someone told me today, how did you know she has a bookstore, a used bookstore called Dog Ear Books in Oromoncton, New Brunswick? How did you know that your store would work? And she answered the person, delusional confidence. There are things you know, your body knows, but like rationally you don't know, but you know here. And that's trusting that makes life completely different. I didn't know that 10 years ago. Well, actually, maybe unconsciously, because I would not be in Canada if I didn't follow that thing coming from France. But Okay, enough of me. Are you okay?
I'm see, guys, this is live. This is real life. We are real people and real stuff happens every single day, right? We're just showing up authentic and just hanging out with you Friday night for a few minutes. We love stuff. But you know what? It was funny. I was listening to a podcast today, Angelique, and I wanted to show this because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. And I literally laughed out loud when I heard it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so true. You know, there's so much going on in our world today. And if you listen to, I'm going to say the news, it's very, low vibrational. It's very negative. And I mean, there's so many things that, are going on in the world that you can absolutely bet doom on. But I'm going to tell you something. There's absolutely a lot of things going on in the world and in humanity that you can bet on that delusional confidence versus betting on doom. So I'm going to challenge everybody listening to us tonight because I love that, because I know years ago when I first started trying to retrain my brain as well too, because I went through some life events, what have you, and all of a sudden one day you wake up and you go, wow, well, guess what I'm focusing on? And everything I was focusing on is what I was seeing showing up in my life, right? So it's just, where energy goes, it all flows. So I want to challenge everybody, start thinking, asking yourself, where in your life are you betting on doom? Because it's going to be a big eye opener. Because today when I listened to that again, it really reminded me. But then when Emily said, the delusional confidence, and it's not that you're delusional, it's that you're betting on yourself. You're betting on a better outcome than the bet of doom. And we have every opportunity within ourselves and within our beings to make that happen. And, we see it time and time again with people who just took a chance, right? Took a chance on doing something different.
Is that an ABBA song? Take a chance on me.
It is. We should be playing that in the background.
But it is that. So we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to share that because in the work I do as an online visibility strategist, and now, introducing the body scanner and the protocol, the herbal protocols to the women I work with, or people I don't work with, but I keep talking about, I can see that there is always that first thing, it must be a scam. It must be wrong. And that's what is betting on doom.
Yep. 100%.
Someone wants to give you something. Oh, that's suspicious. Mm-hmm. So when you flip the script and you believe that everybody does their best, mm-hmm. This is when you meet amazing, extraordinary people like Catherine, and all my clients, I would say, are women who are attracted because we want to build. The only way to not get buried in the doom, as you call it, I didn't know that word until tonight, so I'm going to use it, is to create your path, right, and bring people who are ready to come with you, whatever path it is. And do we know where it's going exactly? No. And this is where it's fun.
But I trust Dr. Tony, and I trust Alex Reynoso, and I trust Tara, and I trust, in the team that we have surrounding us. And I so trust the inner guidance. And I also trust that humanity knows where we need to go. And sometimes we just need to be that light. And you're definitely one of those people too, Angelique. So
before we close, could you bring us back to, because I like when you talk about what we're doing around, bringing that scanner that is so good and so precise and everything. You say we belong to a movement, and because you've been a woman health trailblazer for so many years in Atlantic Canada, can you share your vision? Because I love when you explain it.
Yeah. So, oh boy, I can really go on a tangent on this one. So let me try to be clear, because guys, this isn't scripted. Okay. This is going right from our hearts and from our guts. So, the vision that I have is creating a community, and Salute Sagrada means sacred health. Okay. So it's leading with purpose, leading with heart. It's helping people to take back their sovereign health, making decisions about their lives that puts them back into the power seat, because prevention is I call it, the most defiant act of love that you can do for yourself. Prevention and health and well-being. And health and well-being doesn't just mean your physical health, but your mental health, emotional health, spiritual health as well too. And all of those things are combined. And when we can create a community of people who are here to support one another, great things happen. You do start to raise the vibration of humanity. You start to raise the vibration, because I'm going to tell you something, Angelique. Here's what I believe to be true. And every single person can resonate to this tonight. When you're sick and you're not feeling good, your energy is very low. And I'm not talking just from a spiritual energy, but I'm talking from a physical energy perspective, right? And then just like when you have a really great sleep and you're feeling really good, you can do amazing things. So your vibration level is high. So imagine when we start, all of us collectively helping one another, through this community, or, again, Dr. Tony, I mean, him and Alex are doing some amazing things and helping people to raise that vibration. So imagine we're all coming together to understand what is possible. What is possible? And then that starts raising the vibration of all of us collectively together. And that becomes, I call it, the greatest act of love. It's about prevention. It's about stepping forward into your sovereign health.
Yes, thank you for sharing that again. And the reason why some people are asking why, like I was at a meeting yesterday and they said, with that new thing you're doing, it's not a new thing, it's an add-on. Yeah. And so I thank you for bringing that up. And I just want to clarify what's going on. There's so many, I swim a lot in the business world, right? Especially with women, but there are so many women entrepreneurs who don't talk about it, but they feel stressed. They feel, perimenopause is a magic word. You said that word around a workshop. That's what happened to me at the Chamber of Commerce last week. We talked about that, and everybody's like, I want to talk about this. We don't talk about this enough, or chronic pain and stuff like that. So that's why I brought Catherine and her project to the life of the women entrepreneurs who are going through social media love and beyond. Because, when you start talking to one person, they want to bring their friends or cousins or whoever wants to check, what's going on with me that I could support my body.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what it is.
And remember, if I'm just going to add this, Angelique, because I know that you have to go too, but just remember, there is no pill in the world or herbal protocol that will ever heal you. Okay. If anyone ever says that, run. And that comes from Dr. Tony and multiple other doctors I've worked with. But here's the difference. When you can give your cells the proper nutrients, and I'm talking cells, I'm not talking about just supplements that get, absorbed into your intestine, but I'm talking to the cellular level. What happens then is that the body does the healing. We're not doing anything other than giving the right nutrients to the cells, so that the cells, the body knows what to do. Have you ever seen a DNA strand? If you haven't, please go Google that, because it's amazing. So the creator of our bodies, I personally think that we are the greatest tool that ever, existed here. And the power behind us is incredible as well too. So go take a look at a DNA strand. The next time you feel really small, go look at your DNA, just go look at a DNA strand. That's you. That's amazing, right? So again, I just wanted to put that plug in there, Angelique, because I don't want people to think that, we're all out here saying, we can heal or what have you. We don't. We just have incredible herbal protocols that Dr. Tony's been using for 20 years in Mexico. And again, he says it all the time. It is supporting the body at the cellular level. It's the body that does the healing. And there's so many women entrepreneurs out there, Angelique. Being one myself, I know that there are times I went through perimenopause, right? Still going kind of on the end of it. I remember being not well, things, kind of out of alignment. And there's so many things that that you are capable of doing this lifetime, but you are limited during those times because your energy's off. You feel physically, mentally, and emotionally disconnected. But can you imagine? That's what I'm talking about, raising that vibration of when you're feeling better. You can do powerful things when you're feeling amazing.
Yeah. So, I love it. So thank you for taking the time. And I should say, for those of you who are going to be watching the replay, we were supposed to have an information event about the BIOS. How do you call it? I call it the quantum scan, but you have another word for it.
You can call it quantum scan,
Biofeedback. Yeah, biofeedback. We were supposed to meet tomorrow at the in Fredericton, but it's moved to October 25th. And Catherine will be our guest. She will share so much like testimonials of what's happening. Like the more like how many scans did you like? Hundreds you did, and now you know even more how much it helps people to kind of be clear, more clear. So if that's something you're curious, join us on the 25th. And if you cannot wait, just reach out either to Catherine or I on DMs. We're in the DMs all the time.
Have a fantastic weekend, Angelique.
You too. I'm going to yoga, yin, and wine.
Well, enjoy. Bye.
Ciao. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Terminé.